Welcome to Nasdaq Trade Talks. I'm Jill Malandrino, global markets reporter at Nasdaq. Joining me is Peter Smith, CEO of blockchain.com, to discuss institutional adoption of crypto and what you need to know before diversifying into the space. Peter, it's great to meet with you. Welcome to Trade Talks.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
You got it. And let's talk about the size and number of institutions getting involved in crypto. It seems to be we get a new announcement day in and day out.
Yeah, I think you're going to see that continue to pick up the pace, actually, particularly in the global macro environment. You're going to see more and more folks sort of flee to hard assets. And I think balance sheet strategies are going to evolve over the next year for major corporations around the world.
What should investors consider before diversifying into cryptocurrency?
I think first thing is their sort of overall treasury strategy. Like, is this a 1, 2, 3 year, 5 year position for you? And so I think if you're putting on a multi-year position as a sort of global macro hedge, it's a really smart idea. But it's the same thing I would tell personal and retail investors. Crypto is volatile, and it's something where you need to be a value investor and you need to be prepared to hold for a multi-year period.
Well, we saw a couple of interesting articles come out a few weeks ago about people who had crypto in a wallet and couldn't remember their passwords, which of course are more complex than, let's say, the password for your computer. Why is privacy and security so important when investing in crypto?
Sure. I mean, I think for context, if you had $1 billion of physical gold, you would need, an armada to move it because it's so heavy. You could have $1 billion of Bitcoin and you could put it on a tiny flash drive, right? And so that's part of what makes Bitcoin special, but it also makes Bitcoin something that people want to steal. It's a very valuable, scarce asset. And so security is incredibly important, but so is the way that you set up and custody your funds. This comes down to picking the right software. And I think there's a lot of really great established players in the market for that. So we store, billions and billions of crypto for people. We also help people store their own crypto more than any other company. But even outside of my company, blockchain.com, there's other established solutions in the market that'll help you safely hold on to and custody your crypto. But I think you do need to be thoughtful about the way that you set that up and the way that you back it up. And it's just like anything in life, the details matter.
And that's exactly what I want to wrap up with, Peter, because with cryptocurrency, people are familiar, or at least have a loose understanding of what Bitcoin is, and even argue Ethereum, but there are so many other types of crypto and digital assets that are available. So what else should investors be aware of? I know everyone wants to get a quick hit on investments. Something's only trading at a couple pennies, and then, you kind of have this crowd mentality trying to bid it up, but there are actual use cases with different types of digital assets.
Sure, there's a lot of use cases. So every day, billions in value is being transferred around the world on stable coins and other crypto assets. And I think, that really comes back to what's important in the crypto market is that there's a lot of mentality of trying to make a lot of money fast. The reality is that usually ends poorly. The best way to make money in crypto is slowly over a long period of time. And when you look at the best investors in crypto, it's because they had the conviction to not only get into crypto, but to stay in that position for a long period of time. And I think that's the number one thing that I would point out to institutions and to retail investors today. Come on in, join the party, but you need to plan to be here for a long time.
Especially if you're in the believer of the technology. Peter, it's great to meet with you. Thanks for joining us on Trade Talks, and thanks for joining me. I'm Jill Malandrino, global markets reporter at Nasdaq.
Thank you.